Hello everybody, welcome to another update on the Stock Screener. Today we're not going to talk about stocks, but I wanted to get your attention for something very interesting that has been happening. So China has been hoarding food. You can see here they are going to hold 70% of the world's corn, 60% of rice, 51% of wheat, and 46% of soybeans. So why are they hoarding so much food? Because this is important. They are only about 25% of the world's population. So why is 25% of the world's population hoarding 60% to even 70% of the world's food supply? So something is not right here. So normally you would assume that each person eats the same amount of food, right? So the equilibrium should be that 25% of the population owns 25% of the world's food. That would be the equilibrium, right? And this is not true right now. So they own more food. Now you can say, is China right or wrong? So does China have too much food, or does the rest of the world have too few food? And you can actually when you think logically, you can look at the inflation numbers. So China's food inflation numbers are at 0. So I think that China is the standard here. China is in equilibrium, and the rest of the world, Europe, is out of equilibrium. You can see here food inflation is skyrocketing in Europe. In the United States, the same. It's 10% food inflation right now. So I think that China has the right amount of food and that the rest of the world has too few food. Okay. So how do we get back to equilibrium? So I did a small calculation. So let's say China has 60% of the world's food. The rest of the world has 40%. Now we need to get back to equilibrium, and that's 25% for China and 75% for the rest of the world. Right? Because China is now only 25% of the world's population. So what needs to happen then? As China is the standard, we keep the same amount of food. And the rest of the world will need to increase the food inventory to 180, because the total would be 240, and then China would have 25% of the world's food. So that would be equilibrium. But look at the increase of food inventory that the rest of the world will need to create. This is massive. It's almost 5 times the amount that they now have. So this is important. The world needs to increase the amount of food right now. It needs to 5-fold the amount of food in the rest of the world. And globally, we need to almost triple it to feed the population. Or else we will see a lot of inflation and famine. And that brings me to our last conclusion. Why are you holding cash right now while you can hold food? And I'll see you in the next video.